Recording. Ladies and gentlemen, back to the JG show. I'm in the ring. I'm actually in the ring, bro. This is the WCFN office. I'm in the ring with Giovanni. This is Shenzhen. This is my office, the WCFN office. I love doing podcasts in here, but just haven't had a lot of time now. Not many guests.
Is your office in the ring?
No. The office is down there, but we have a ring in the office, like a showroom. So
nice.
Gives that whole boxing feel. It's quite good, huh? Look at that. Man, I'm happy I got a hold of you because there is so much noise about this Jake Paul Ben Askren fight. So much noise. It's overtaking all of social media, everything. This is taking over everything. And I want to talk about it. I want to talk about it with someone who knows, who is in the fight game, who knows all the details and everything that's happening here. I mean, from my understanding, Jake Paul, YouTuber, he's had 2 wins boxing, right? Fighting against no one with really a significant name. And then you got Ben Askren, who's a high-level MMA fighter. He's a grappler, right? They're matched together. It's probably in Jake Paul's favor as he's a boxer over Ben Askren. But Ben Askren, you can't take him out of can't count him out, right? What are your thoughts on this big mess, bro? What's your breakdown?
I've never been big on social media. I've been very non-existent actually. So first time I heard of Jake Paul, I knew of his brother Logan Paul.
Yeah.
He had, in my opinion, I felt like from everything, like my wife would show me stuff on her she watches that Dongying or whatever, a bunch of Chinese social media things. I feel like Logan Paul had more things out than Jake Paul, but I didn't know anything about him. I didn't even know he had a brother. And then the first time I heard of him was when he had that fight with Nate Robinson, I think, the basketball player.
Yeah,
that was the first time I ever heard of him. And then I was like, wow, this guy, in that fight in particular, it's not like he looked all that special, but he definitely looked like a boxer. He looked like, maybe not, like I said, high level, but he looked like he knew what he was doing. Like he wasn't just some fucking YouTube fighter. He was a boxer. You could tell.
Yeah.
So after that, I looked at some videos, and I actually never saw anything about the Ben Askren thing. I just heard him calling out Conor McGregor and calling out Nate Diaz and all this shit. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, man, I think he's big too. He's not a small guy. So
heavy.
I think McGregor and Nate Diaz, from my understanding of everything now and from seeing him, I think that's a tall order. But Ben Askren, man, I mean, going back to the first time he started on the decline with that Masvidal fight, when he got that was like a historic fight, 5 seconds getting knocked out like that. I mean, you gotta not taking anything away from Masvidal and not calling it like a lucky shot or nothing, because it wasn't luck. It was a game plan, it was a strategy, and it worked right off the rip. But Ben Askren is a top tier professional athlete. I am pretty sure that right now he is training probably harder than he's ever trained in his life, because let's be honest, training for boxing is easier than training for wrestling. Wrestling is a very fucking hard sport. It's very taxing on your body. So he is used to that very difficult training. And also, from my research, I heard Jake Paul used to wrestle. I heard he used to wrestle. I'm not sure if it was just in high school or maybe even college, but I heard Jake Paul was a wrestler. I've heard a lot of fascinating things about Jake Paul recently. Like, he was a wrestler, competitive wrestler, along with I heard some crazy shit about him, like doing training for the SEALs, the Navy SEALs, and
Ooh, okay. I need to research this.
Yeah, I don't know too much about it. I just heard this. I also heard like he's just like he's not only a competitive guy, but he is a adrenaline junkie. He likes to fucking push the limits of fucking life, you know? So on that aspect, like hearing all these things about him and then seeing him, I don't know what his training's like. It's not like they're doing like a countdown episode that you can see all this stuff what he's doing, or like a UFC embedded or something. But like for damn sure that Ben Askren is training really hard.
Yeah.
He is probably going above and beyond right now to make sure. He just got humiliated his last two fights.
Yeah. That's right.
Before that, he was arguably considered one of the best in the world.
Mm.
I am pretty sure, along with a bunch of other people, that Ben Askren is not looking to be embarrassed a third time in a row like this.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's coming in. He knows he's not a boxer. He knows this, but he is relying on the fact that he can dirty box and he can push a pace. And 8 rounds, I think the fight's going to be 8 rounds, 8 3-minute rounds.
8 rounds, yeah.
That's a long ass time. That's a long time.
Yeah.
Besides a title fight, if you're not fighting for a title, I think it's 10 rounds maximum. So that's just below that. That's a long time to be in the ring. It's going to feel like a long time for these guys. And Jake Paul's never done that, not professionally. But Ben Askren, he's fought 5-minute rounds. And even though he wrestled them, he's not stupid. He's been beat up before. He's been fucking battered, broken nose, fucking face bloodied, and just fucking going and hustling through it. We've yet to see Jake Paul go through something like that. We've yet to see Jake Paul actually in a fucking real fight against a real fighter. Because let's face it, Ben Askren is a real fighter. Anybody can talk and say, he just wrestles or this. That's not true. He strikes, just not all the time, but he is a real fighter. He is. That being said, it's exciting to see this guy, man, so much noise Jake Paul is bringing to this. He's like, his talk, he's saying that he's saying in the future, he's going to be boxing. He's going to be the face. He's going to be the biggest thing. Yeah. And I'm like, wow, this guy, it's like, he's really, I admire his confidence. I think it's great. Okay. Good for him. I just wonder if he's going to be able to really, this is a big challenge. Not in the boxing sense, but this is going to be a challenge in the sense that I think it is possible he might hurt Ben Askren in the beginning. I don't think he's going to knock him out, but I think he might hurt him. Let's say even drop him. I don't know. But I think the real thing, the real fight, I think what's really going to be exciting is to see Ben Askren push through it and bring it to the later rounds and make Jake Paul hustle and fight. Even if Jake Paul won, even if he lost, I feel like me and I'm pretty sure many others want to see him hustle in the later rounds, want to see him when he's fucking down, like fighting and his fucking heart rate's through the roof. He's fucking super tired, exhausted, and fighting and actually fighting. That's what I think. For me, that's what's going to make this most exciting. I want to see an actual fight. I want to see what happens when he's actually pushed into deep water. And even though Ben Askren is not a professional boxer, I think Ben Askren has the tools to push him athletic-wise into that part of the fucking water, deep in there. Let's see how fucking this guy handles it. If he has all this talk, man, and lately I've been trying to look up what I can, and Jake Paul does a lot of these things. He's like picking on this dude, Dylan Dennis, and he's like fucking calling out all these people. He makes these videos. It's actually kind of funny. I laughed when I saw this video of him mimicking everybody, like mimicking Dana White and all this shit. I think that's fucking hilarious. That's fucking smart, man. He actually motivated me in a sense. Like I just talked to my sister the other day, and I'm like, Melanie, how the fuck am I gonna get more followers? Look at this dude, Jake Paul. He's like posting all this silly shit. He makes fucking music videos. and rap videos. I'm like, wow, like this guy is really
Yeah.
like I'd be interested to meet this guy and just kind of like see how he talks. Like I just stand in front of him and be like, "What's up?" and like see what he says. Like I want to see what comes of it out of his mouth. Like just looking into his eyes, see what he's about. Cause and then you hear he's training. He trained with Masvidal. I don't know for how long or what. I heard something about that Masvidal taught him like a technique or something. I don't know what the fuck they're doing, but this guy Jake Paul, I don't think he's a joke. I think he might be very, very serious. And this fight's going to show that. It's going to show that to the world how serious he is about not only being a boxer, but a fucking combat athlete. No, I'm excited.
Right.
Very
Yeah, I
excited.
want him. Yeah, I want him to do this fight, and then he can kind of prove himself. Even if he does lose it, but it isn't like maybe he loses on points. Then he's kind of he's earned his right to then fight people in the combat world, right? Because he's the Nate Robinson basketball player. Then the guys previous to that, I don't think they were fighters either. So this is his first fight, fighting an actual combat athlete. So if he gets through it, then everyone's like, all right, well, okay, now let's try another guy. Let's, he kind of has earned his right to come in. What do you think?
Yeah, but he strikes me as a smart guy. He is. Look at him. He's like a self-made entrepreneur. I don't know if it's with the help of his brother or what it is, but he seems intelligent. Boxing and MMA are completely different in the sense that, everybody loves an undefeated record, but in MMA, it's very I don't know how to say, it's very normal to find fighters at a high level that have losses. It's just a normal thing. And not taking anything away from someone like Khabib, fantastic fighter, fantastic career, great for him. But normally when guys are fighting at a high level and, especially in MMA, it could things could change so quickly. Many champions have losses. It just happens. That's just what it is. But in boxing, a loss is a lot more serious in boxing than it is in MMA. Business wise, it's like everything. Man, you look at some fucking boxing, and I love boxing. I think boxing is a great sport, but it's fucking a business. It's a very nasty business. If you don't have an undefeated record, you're gonna have a lot of trouble fucking, doing something big. I think Jake Paul knows this. And I don't obviously he's not just gonna take any fight. I know that. He's not gonna do that. He's not that stupid. He's not doing this like as a machismo thing where he thinks, oh, I'm the best in the world right now. I can take anybody. No. He knew the weight of this fight in particular. There's a lot of weight in this, And after he beats him, imagine he KOs Ben Askren. What the hell? You're gonna be 3-0, beating not a boxer, but a professional, high-level professional, maybe one of the highest level professional athletes in the world.
That's it. Yeah.
He's taking it step by step. The first guy he beat was what, a YouTuber, and then the second guy was a professional basketball player. Again, another athlete that's a professional athlete, maybe a little older, but he's still a professional athlete. Now you got Ben Askren. Ben Askren is one of the most elite when it comes to athleticism and just being an athlete. Even his little pudgy body, he's just a fucking athlete, professional, most dedicated. I think Jake Paul, man, I think he might be, when it comes to boxing, I think he's taking this very seriously. I think he might be on this track where he wants to not only be undefeated, but he's gonna make a fucking big explosion on the boxing world. in the scene in his weight class. I think eventually too. I think this is in his mind. I think eventually, yeah. I think he is going to test himself eventually, especially if he keeps winning. He's gonna have these big fights. He's gonna fight a boxer, a good one probably, but not now. Not now.
Not now.
But he will. Yeah. I think eventually he's looking for that, but not right now. Seems like that.
That's smart because you see like the management side of it. It's very true. I like that you brought that up because a lot of people are saying, "Oh, you just called out Ben Askren because he's a ground fighter," but it's very smart. It's intelligent. That's how you should do it. You should fight him, fight maybe another MMA fighter that isn't at his prime, not at his peak. He's coming down, and you build a record. And then you go for a big money fight, like you do like a Conor McGregor or something. And fuck it. If you lose, whatever. It's fucking Conor McGregor. Or it's some other high-level belt hold, like some WBC champion or some ex-champion, right? Everyone's like, fuck, it doesn't matter if he lost. He made it to that level where he then cashes in a fuck ton of money, right? And then he's like, hey.
I mean, isn't he cashing in now? How much is he making now for this fucking fight?
Stupid money. Ben Askren said that he's getting paid more in this fight than in any other fight that he's ever had in his whole entire career. Like crazy.
In his whole 2-fight career.
Crazy, yeah.
I bet Ben Askren's probably getting paid more than anything, more than ever before. He's probably getting paid.
Yeah. Any fight that he's ever had in his entire career, he said he's getting. This is his big cash in. That's crazy, right? That's crazy.
You know, boxing, man, boxing money, serious money.
Business, like you said, yeah? Business. Jake Paul doesn't give a fuck. He's like, I don't care what you guys think. I'm making money and I'm building a record. All I care about is media and the numbers. Doesn't matter if I don't need to call out some pro boxer. I don't need to prove myself. I don't care.
Man, I think also what I'm kind of like, I think is going to be really hilarious is seeing what I've seen from him. I could only imagine what's going to happen if he actually hurts Ben Askren and knocks him out. I feel like after that, he's going to make a song about it, a music video. He's going to make a fucking, oh my God. He is probably going to, it's going to be a big thing if he beats Ben Askren and in good fashion. Yeah, and I think it's very possible. It's very possible.
Yeah,
and
dude.
If he does, wow, that would be
he'll never
a
shut
big
up.
deal.
He fucking will never shut the fuck up about it. We'll
Never.
hear about it for a year.
But the thing is, after that, he is going to have to, because after that, you know, again, people are going to talk shit now. They're going to say, oh, Ben Askren's going to run over him, you know, because he's a professional athlete, combat athlete. But then after Jake Paul beats him, the next argument is going to be, oh, well, Ben Askren wasn't a striker. Now they're going to, because of the loud noise he's been making, the fight after this is going to have to be against a guy who is a striker, whether it be an MMA fighter or not, has to be a striker.
Who do you think that would be? Oh, that's a knowledge bomb. If you could drop that, I'd be so curious. Who do you think he would fight? I definitely think it would be an MMA fighter. Wouldn't be a boxer.
Well, he's saying now, I heard that he wants McGregor to win a fight first, and then he could fight him. So he's almost telling McGregor, like, I'm the money fight now. So you need to win a fight because you're a loser right now. You need to win to fight me. So if McGregor now is going to fight Poirier, so if McGregor wins that fight, who the hell knows what he's going to do? But fuck, I'm pretty sure everybody would love to see him go with this guy after. And McGregor would kind of, at that point, McGregor would be the next, like, guy representing MMA to fight Ben Askren, you know, which that's like, of course he's going to want that, you know, and that fight will make more money than, probably not more money than the Mayweather fight, but it'll make a lot of fucking money.
It'd make a lot of money, yeah. Wow, man. But
I think Nate Diaz would fuck him up.
Yeah, Nate Diaz, man. You wouldn't want to let Nate Diaz loose on that guy. He would retire him. But if you
in a boxing match, I think Nate Diaz would fuck him up.
If you looked at Jake Paul, right, and you saw I mean, from what you've seen of him, What do you think is his one weakness? His one thing. This is the crack in his armor that Ben could get through. If there is like some kind of weakness, something that someone could get in, what do you think it would be? If, from your knowledge of Jake Paul, what would be the one thing that he would like that you could advise?
You need to stop. I said, I would imagine
like what would
the
you,
experience.
Ben, like,
Experience, you know, and you saw it even in the last fight. He fought a basketball player, you know, and the basketball player, not that he gave him trouble, but you could just tell that it was like he
kind of came at him too fast, and it was easy for him. He just took a step back and he swung.
Yeah,
like,
it was easy. And yeah, can you hold on for a second? I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
What did I tell you about this?
She wants pee.
My bad. Hold on.
Crazy.
I told you.
Yeah, it's fine.
And it's like, go take a pee. Go take a pee. All right. So what experience. You know, that fight with Nate Diaz, like Nate Robinson, I feel like if that was any other professional, like experienced fighter, even Ben Askren, even anybody, even like someone like Nate Diaz or even McGregor, I feel like they'd come into that fight and within the first few seconds, you'll be like, there's not going to be a real feeling out process. They're going to come at him and they're going to put him down. You know, you could see in that fight in particular that it was like Jake Paul was feeling him out.
I see.
Like it was like he was feeling out a guy who wasn't even a fighter.
I got you.
You know, so it was, and it was like and that happens with, you know, the word for that is like kind of like it's fear.
Yeah,
it's fear. It's, you know, you feel out because you feel there could be a threat. You know, even though it was still quick, relatively quick, it was a little bit of like you know, he was feeling him out. He wasn't like it wasn't like he just came in there and then the fight started and he just fucking came at him, bam, bam. If I'm fighting a guy who's not a fighter, I mean, yeah, of course I'm gonna treat them with respect. I'm like in the sense that yeah, anybody can throw a punch and knock someone out, hurt somebody, you know. But like yeah, I'm going in there. I'm gonna keep my hands up, protect myself, but I'm coming right at him. Like this guy's not a fighter. I'm gonna close the distance, get on him. Like he's not a fighter. He's not supposed to be in there with him. I think it looked like he was in a boxing match with another boxer against that basketball player in the beginning, with the feeling out and, you know, throwing the jab and just kind of like testing the waters. I think it's going to be a lot more fast paced with someone like Ben Askren. You know, Ben Askren's going to go in there. Ben Askren's not going to sit there and jab with him. He's going to come at him right away. Full pressure probably, and I think Ben Askren is looking to dirty box for 8 3-minute rounds, like just get in his face.
What is that? Let's break that down. What do you mean dirty box? Like push him down, push his shoulder down, hit the body, push him against the rope?
Nah,
like
dirty
that.
box, like hands up like this and just kind of get really close like that, like forehead to forehead. Even wrap an arm around him like you're half hugging him and just punching him like that. Maybe half clinch and punches, uppercuts like that. What was that old fight, the Don Fry fight, that famous one where they just half clinch and they're just going like that?
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like Ben Askren's gonna do something like that. It's not gonna be pretty, but it's gonna be very taxing, and he's gonna push the pace. And it might not look exactly like that, but I think he's gonna look to even pummel and clinch and just kind of like dirty fight him. Not dirty like in the sense of throwing elbows and headbutts. Dirty like just close fighting, very close, short punches. It's not going to be like a long tactical fight. You know, I think Jake Paul might try to make it like that, but I think Ben Askren's going to force it to be a very close fight, like close as in they're going to be close together, and it's not going to look like a typical boxing match. But unless Jake Paul is a phenomenal boxer, more phenomenal than we think, man, maybe he just picks Ben Askren apart and keeps the distance and then shoots straight down the middle and stops Ben Askren from getting close. That'd be interesting to see. But then also having him.
That makes sense, though. It makes sense the way you put it out. That really does. Like that's the advice you definitely give to Ben Askren. You would say go forward, and then the advice you give to Jake Paul is to just say don't let him come forward because that's what he'll do. It's down to whether or not Jake can keep him back and whether or not Ben can go in. And if he can stay in and fight close, like you said, shooting uppercuts inside, pushing up, even clinching him, holding him, pushing him down. It's dirty in the sense that it looks like an ugly fight. It's not that entertaining. People like to see that distance and these combos being thrown, you know, and dodging and weaving and good footwork. People don't like to see, you know, this sort of like semi-wrestling, hugging, you know, punching inside kind of fight, right? That's what you mean, right? That's kind of the
I think you know, even though he's not a boxer, I think Ben Askren's gonna look like the Mexican in this fight. You know, coming in, closing the distance. Jake Paul, I think, will actually look more of like the boxer, and I think it would be. Yeah, if I were Askren's corner, which I don't know who Askren's corner is. I heard something about Tyrone Woodley or something.
Tyron Woodley, yes.
I don't know what's going on with that, but if I were Ben Askren's corner, yeah, I'm telling him to go forward and tie up with him, close the distance, bull rush him into a corner and keep him in that corner. Because I think if Jake Paul has the distance, I think he will win the fight. And I don't know the size difference between them two. I don't know how.
Seems like he's a bit heavier, no? It doesn't he seem a bit larger, taller?
Cool.
Like, you know.
Askren?
No, not Ben. Sorry, Jake Paul. Doesn't he seem like, you know, a bit of the more larger fighter?
I guess so. I actually don't know. I know they had like a stare down not too long ago. I didn't get to see it, but I heard they had like a shoving match. I heard like some funny thing about Jake Paul calling Masvidal on FaceTime or something while he was there. They're just trying to get in Askren's head, and I think Askren really doesn't give a shit. I think he is very much. I think he's taking this very fucking serious, and I think he is banking like 100% thinking about how yes, this guy can punch me and maybe hurt me, but I am a world champion MMA fighter, professional athlete, and this guy has fucking 2 fights against a basketball player and a YouTube star. I think Ben Askren is taking this into account and not only, yes, respecting the fact that this guy could hit him and hurt him, but I think he's training like if this guy's a world champion. And I think Ben Askren is gonna push a pace, maybe give Jake Paul a very hard time, and then we can see what happens.
Yeah. If you had money, then I guess finally to end it, if you had money, who would you put it on? You got. Everybody does it. Everyone gets confused with it. They're like, man, I don't know. I'd go 50-50, right? I think that's what makes this fight so interesting. It is still 50-50, right?
You know what? I think because of this whole, you know what? Fuck it all. I think the safe bet. Last time I said the safe bet would be Stipe, but actually that wasn't safe. The guy who made him look, wow. 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 But this one, man, I don't know, man. I think Jake might pull this off. Whether it be a decision or not, I think people should probably put their money on Jake winning this fight. I think I don't know him, but I think he might be doing something really right with this fight. I think and Ben Askren's not a professional boxer, and he's never trained to be a professional boxer. He's doing that now. I think Jake Paul has had the last few years to really he's been planning this. I think Jake Paul might be ahead of Ben Askren on this one. Maybe we'll see. But I think Jake Paul's going to win.
Ooh. Oh, you heard it. Okay, dude. That's a good. That's good. I like that.
I'm up in the air. But yeah, my final. I'm not gonna put money on Jake Paul. But I think he's gonna win this one. This is not the fight I'll put money on. This could go both ways. You never know on this one. This one's fucking nuts. This is gonna be fun. It's a spectacle. Is this the main event of this event?
Looks like it. Yep, it's the main event.
Wow.
Jake Paul was the co-main event of the fight with Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. And Jake Paul claimed those numbers, right? He was like, I was in the largest pay-per-view event, and everyone was like, yeah, but everyone's watching Mike Tyson. Okay, maybe some people were excited to see you, but now he's got the main event in Triller. Triller, the promoter, is now giving him the main spot. So shit, man.
This is gonna be exciting. This is April what? April
17th.
17th.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I wanna watch it. I think many people are gonna watch this, especially in the MMA community. They want to see this.
That's it. Let's use this for some ideas about you and your road to the UFC. Start doing call-outs, some crazy-ass call-outs. Fuck it. Just start calling people out right and left. Fuck you. Anyone.
Yeah. Hey, trust me. I got a list. I got my list. But I'm gonna refrain from talking too much shit right now until I start fucking people up right now in this tournament. And then once I'm back on my little track, I'll bring out my list. You motherfuckers better watch out. Motherfuckers better watch your fucking asses, dog.
Yes. That list, that's a podcast that's coming. I want to do that. That's one podcast. You could call it the Giovanni call out. And you could just go through each one. Bam, 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 bam.
Bro, I've been trying to be humble, but I'm down to do it. Bro, Jake Paul's an inspiration, bro. All this silly shit he does and he gets views. I'll say whatever the fuck I want on this podcast, bro. The next podcast, I'll write out fucking notes of all these fucking people, and I'll put them on blast on this podcast. All you motherfuckers, dude, I'll fuck you guys up. Wait for the next one. You heard that shit. I'm gonna bring out my list, and I'm gonna call them all out. And then when I'm in the UFC, bro, I'll call out all the motherfuckers. Bro, there's some motherfuckers in the UFC. They know me. I'll fuck you up. I'll bring the. Let's leave it for next time. I'm getting ahead of myself. Myself.
Next podcast, ladies and gentlemen, is UFC 261. We got Masvidal, Usman. We have Zhang Weili and Rose, and we have Valentina versus Jessica Andrade. That will be our next one. Everyone, thanks so much for listening. After that one, we're going to have the Giovanni call-out list. So shit, this is getting exciting. Man, keep up the training. Stay strong. Looking forward to your fight and looking forward to our next podcast. Awesome, man.
Peace.
Oh, that was Gio and his rundown on Jake Paul versus Ben Askren. The fight's coming up April 17th. I'm excited. Take it easy, guys. And we're going to be doing more podcasts with Gio very soon. We're going to be doing the UFC 261 with Masvidal and Zhang Weili. So tune in for that. Peace out. Bye.